allowing me to talk with you.
Absolutely. I appreciate the opportunity to chat with you a little bit this morning. What time is it in India?
It is 7:30 p.m.
Oh, it's evening for you.
Yes. And there?
It is 9 a.m. here, so it's morning for us here in the United States.
Good morning.
And good evening.
Thank you. So, firstly, I was trying to talk with you and you was busy. Luckily, I got your time today.
Absolutely.
And can you introduce yourself to my audience?
Sure thing. So, my name is Curtis, and I'm an actor and a model, and I work in TV and film, and also do print and runway work. And got an opportunity to watch some of your videos and some of the folks that you've interviewed, and I love what you're doing, getting different perspectives from people around the world.
Thank you so much. And it's my pleasure to have you in my show.
Thank you. It's a
And
pleasure is all
can you?
mine. I rarely get interviewed by people who have better hair than I do. So
You are a model. You took that as a profession. I'm just talking with people, but you took that as a profession. I want to talk about that today. So when you started acting and when you got that thought to become an actor and come into movies, and can you tell me in which movies or in what? Can you tell me your previous work?
sure. So a lot of my work is in the commercial field. Oh, I apologize. My phone has some things popping up on it. So a lot of TV commercials is sort of how the career has stayed afloat. But a lot of independent films. So this year there'll be films called the independent films called The Stonecutter. There'll be I'm in that one as a cyclist, a guy on a bicycle who is a friend of the amazing sculptor who you'll see in the film, and trying to encourage him to move on with his life after a loss of a loved one. So kind of a positive character in that way. I'm in a film called The Last Kiss, and I'm
Wow.
not such a good character in that one. So uh, watch out for that. There's a short film right now called. Um, Give me one second. We'll come back to that one. It's morning brain, so I'm not not at full. Oh, it's called Shadows. I apologize. Um, I have a number of things popping up on my phone screen this morning,
Okay.
so I'm constantly, if you see me deleting things,
It's okay. It's
trying to
okay.
make a good screen here. So those are three of the things to look forward to, and then there'll be a couple of more short films this fall. Probably the most notable that you would see me in is a film that was done a number of years ago in Crystal Lake, Illinois, which is just north of Chicago. And that was a film called The Unmiracle. And I have a small day player role in that one. And that was on Netflix for about a year or so. And your audience may have seen it. It was directed by the very talented Andrew Papke, and it also had Stephen Baldwin, who Alec Baldwin's brother. He's a talented actor out of LA, as well as Kevin Sorbo, who audience members might remember him as the guy who played Hercules in it was a 1990s TV series here in the U.S. So anyway, that's a couple of the projects, but a majority of my work is actually in TV commercials, and I
Okay.
love it. I love the life. I love the people I get to meet.
Wow. So you're a busy person.
Yes. It's just, but trying to enjoy the summer and enjoy kind of the new pace of life being, with the COVID-19 slowdown, trying to take more time to enjoy life, enjoy time with people, enjoy nature.
Wow. So where do you stay in United States?
Where do I live in the United States?
Yeah.
So I am north of Chicago in the state of Wisconsin, And this summer, I'm actually living up in Door County, which is a very popular tourist destination. They call it the Cape Cod of the Midwest. So it's very, very. I don't know, I'm not in the best place to show you, but lots of beautiful forests and lake. Lake Michigan is one of the largest freshwater bodies of water. So it's actually like the size of what we would say like the size of a sea. So
Okay.
Baltic Sea. Um, but anyway, so it's a gigantic lake. It's huge, and there's several of these in the United States, and we call them the Great Lakes. So there's Lake Superior, Lake Huron, Lake Erie, and Lake Michigan is one of the big ones. And that's the lake we live on. So if you were to come to the United States to visit, uh, we would go to the beach, and it would look like we were at the ocean because the lake is so big. You can't see to the other side.
Okay. So that's great, man. You're living in a beautiful place. So
Yes, I love it.
that's great. And what do you think about acting? When you started acting, when you started working as actor?
Mhm. So I started when I was young, and I always loved I always loved film, but actually my earliest start was on stage, and my mother used to play in the pit orchestra. Awesome. So I apologize, my phone overheated because I was outside. I think the sun was cooking it. It's a very warm day today, so now I'm indoors, and hopefully we won't have another disconnection
It's
here.
it's okay. It's okay. It happens to me also.
Is it warm? Is it warm by you?
Yeah, it's warm. It's not so hot here. It's good right now. Yeah.
Okay.
So you was explaining about your experience.
Yes. So we can pick up where we left off. Is that okay?
Yeah, I'll ask you another question. It's okay. I'll ask you another
Okay.
question. I have gone through your profile. You are a writer, producer, and you love swimming, and you are. I have seen a lot of things. Can you explain each and every? Firstly, I want to start with writing and producing.
Sure thing.
Yeah.
So the writing and producing comes from a desire to create content. So like yourself, I think you have a desire to connect experiences with people, right? So
Yeah.
when when we write and produce, oftentimes we find projects that we like. So when I produce, I usually I find a script that's saying something important, and maybe a phone called. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm there. I'm here. Yeah.
Okay, sorry about that. So that's the the curse of doing something live is that you never know what's gonna happen, especially on the phone. Do you see me okay?
I can see you. I can hear you. Yeah. It's good.
Okay,
Yeah.
excellent. So producing, when you find a script that you really believe in, it becomes a kind of an all-encompassing thing where you work with the writer, you bring on board director, and really you then marry that film, that project, for the entirety of its run. So it begins at what we call pre-production, where you're raising money for the film, you're bringing together the talent to make that film happen, you're location scouting, you're doing all of the details that make for a smooth running production. So when your crew and your actors arrive the day of, they're not looking around wondering what's going to happen or what to do. It's all very, very detailed and orchestrated because of that good pre-production. So during production, you film it, which is a beast of its own, and then what comes after is post-production, and that's where they edit the film together. It's where you're doing music composition, and that is a very long and lonely journey, which is the post production. But in the end, it makes a beautiful project. So that's just a kind of a glimpse of the life of a producer. So from start to finish, you're responsible to make sure that everything you promise that film is to be, particularly if you have investors, make sure you fulfill everything that you've said you're going to and make a top quality project. Writing in a similar way, you have that message you want to share, or that expression, that something that's in your heart, in your mind, and you put that down on paper, and you want to share that with people. You want to I don't know about yourself. Have you done writing, Sai?
Yeah, I have done. I have three websites. I'm a writer. I am holding the three websites from last 5 years. I am very good in writing. Then I came to speaking. I thought to start interacting with people. I thought to use my vocal cord. So till 3 months before I was a writer. I'm very good in writing. I love explaining situations. I love explaining people. I love explaining things which I see with my eyes or which I hear with my ears. I love capturing things. Now we are talking. Now I'm talking with an actor, producer, writer, and
Yes.
from who is from United States. If and I'm from India. I'm looking like this. I have this kind of hairstyle, and you have a different kind of hairstyle, brownie hairstyle. Yeah. So if I understand something from this situation, from these two characters, I love explaining this in my website. I love doing this only. I just want to show my perception to the people. I don't want anything in return. I love writing, so I write to express myself, and I feel very happy after expressing. And I don't take the response very seriously. It can be positive or it can be negative. I love expressing. That's it. I love expressing using my own words. Yeah. So
Absolutely.
uh, I connected with you. I started thinking about you, and when I was waiting to talk with you, because you are also a writer. You said about producing. It is a big thing. You have to manage a lot of things, and you have to make that happen. And I don't know about producing. It is a big job. It is not a small job. It is a big responsibility, and we are
Yes.
doing that. That is a great thing. That is a not a small thing. So you tell me about your writing, what you have wrote and what you love writing, what you have wrote and what you wanted to write.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff I've been writing, and this past year has offered me a lot of opportunity, has been scripts, and some are for short films. I have a script that I would eventually like to pitch to like a Netflix or a Hulu as a possible episodic show. So what we would say is maybe 13 episodes per season type show. So putting together the pilot episode, but then also writing sort of the character development and the ongoing story that these people of this neighborhood might experience. So I can't say too much about it just yet, but that's been an ongoing project from 2019 through 2020, and with COVID-19 shutting everything down and all of us had to stay at home, I had the opportunity to write a number of scripts for short films. So short films can run anywhere from 30 seconds to half an hour, and the number of short scripts I've been able to do, I've been that's my typing, by the way. The number of short scripts I've been able to do have been very. I'm grateful for the opportunity. I wished it wouldn't have come, in a pandemic, because obviously people got sick and people died, and you don't want to see that. But the opportunity that came from it was having the time to actually write the scripts, and as you know, as well as anybody, time doesn't come easy. You
Again,
know,
yes.
we work a lot, so to have the time to actually do the stuff that you love or those things on your heart, that is a gift to have the time. So I'm grateful to have the time, though I wished it didn't come with a pandemic.
How old are you?
I am 34.
34. You don't look like 34, man. You look like 23 or 24. People who are watching this video will never, will agree with me.
You're very kind.
Yeah, man. 34. You don't look like 34. You look very young.
Thank you. How old are you, Sai?
How much do you think?
How old are you?
How much
I
do
think
you think?
I think you are 22.
Thanks for saying that, but I'm 28. 27, I'm
38. I would
27.
not have guessed. You also are very young looking. So congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
I trust
But
life has been kind to you.
I don't know. I love controlling things, and I believe that there are two types of people on this planet: the people who control things, and the
Mhm.
people who are controlled by the things.
Yes,
Who will be
you.
in the who will be in the who will be in somebody's control, and the second type of people are they'll control the things. And
Yes.
I want to be the second one. I love controlling things, and if something is going in some other way, I'll try to pull that in my way. And that is that I use my brain a lot.
And use it well. You do
Yeah,
good
I use
things.
it. Yeah. So writing, producing, acting. Which one will you choose?
So before we got cut off, I was telling you a little bit about acting. So acting is still, I think that's what I will continue to do. There's a lot of stress, a lot of headaches that come with producing, and it's very rewarding in some ways, but in other ways, it takes a lot of life out of me. So I don't sleep well. I don't sleep well anyway, but especially when producing, I might only sleep maybe 3 hours, 4 hours a night, and it becomes very, very stressful for me. But but acting's very life-giving, and there's a different kind of stress. It's a very good stress that comes with it. So I started on stage, and like I was telling you earlier, my mother used to play music in what they call the pit orchestra for musicals, and to learn the show, my dad would often bring the musical on film on, back in the day it was VHS tapes, but we would get them, in DVD, in current time. But I would learn the shows, and I think, from a young age, I wanted to be on stage doing these theater productions. So as a young person, uh, especially in high school, I was doing musicals and stage productions as an actor, and I usually played like a funny character, very comedic roles. At some point, it was like I was doing 3 or 4 months of a preparation to do these shows, and I thought if I got involved in film or TV, I wouldn't have to commit 4 months of my life to a production. I could commit a lesser amount of time for something that was going to be around a lot longer. That being said, there's no magic like doing a live production to have a live audience who's receiving the receiving the story. You can interact with the audience even though they're in the chairs and you're on the stage. There's a magic with a live audience, so I do miss that. But
Okay.
the the ability to do film and TV is you create something that can be enjoyed time and again, and there is something to be said for having that something to offer people, to show them your work, especially when it comes to trying to get the next, what we'd say, getting the next gig or the next job. When
Yeah.
you have when you have the work to show it, something on a film reel that allows people to see, okay, I'm capable of doing this kind of good work, and I think makes me more likely to be hired as an actor when you have it. So I know that's a lot of information that I just gave you all at once, but that was ultimately why I transitioned from stage to film and TV.
Okay. But doing multiple tasks is you are using a lot of your mental energy and physical energy. How will you take care of yourself? Because you're doing three different jobs.
Yes. So I think it's important to start the day. I always start the day with a prayer and just kind of, trying to know who I am before God every morning, and throughout the day, kind of just being aware of God's presence in my life. That helps me keep sort of an inner, um, I think just an inner awareness that keeps me rooted to be who I'm supposed to be, and not get carried away by maybe outside influences. Hopefully, particularly not get carried away by negative influences. As we talked about earlier with swimming, with biking,
Yeah.
exercise is an important way to take care of myself. So with stress, it's like you gotta deal with stress somehow, and the exercise has been a healthy way. I like whiskey, I like beer, I like other things. That's not always the healthy way to deal with stress, but
Yeah.
I do enjoy it, and I go that route as
Okay.
well. But
Okay.
the swimming and the biking are healthy ways to keep that balance, and then also just finding good food that it's important to eat healthy, but I think it's also important to eat the foods that are interesting foods. So you should never have boring, bland foods when you're trying to eat healthy. You should have foods that are delicious. So if you're going to eat vegetables, cook them up in a way that
Okay.
makes it very delicious. If you're going to have a type of meat, cook it up in a way that it's delicious. Um, I don't think a person who wants to eat healthy should ever eat those dried up like rice cakes. Like if you're gonna have a rice, make it a delicious rice. Um, um, there's a sauce actually. Speaking, I know we're talking a little bit about India earlier. There's a particular sauce I've had. I have a friend from India who lives here in the United States, and um, it's like a red sauce. Super good, very spicy,
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
spicy. Or, or
Yeah. Very spicy. Very tasty.
yes, yes. What's the name of? I mean, I'm not giving you a lot of information to go on, but what are some of the spicy red sauces that you enjoy in India?
Red sauces.
Yeah, do you know what
I'm
I'm
not.
talking about, or do I sound like a crazy person?
No, no, I can understand you, but I'm not foodie. I'm not the person who spends a lot of time in eating and knowing about food and all. But
Okay,
I understood what you said. I know that sauce and which is spicy, but I don't know the exact names. I don't
okay.
know the particular names, but I know there are a lot of sauces you get in India. India is famous for food. India is famous for having different types of dishes. They make Indians are more into food actually.
Yes, it's just delicious. If
Yeah,
I lived in India, I would be a very fit person.
yeah,
I
hundred
would
percent.
I would eat a lot of food and then not be able to move. But it's all very healthy food too. So who knows? Maybe I wouldn't put on a lot of weight. But it is, yeah. So many of the different dishes. Um, and if I remember it correctly, it's a type of sauce that you would put on your plate, and you could dip different things into it. So there was different types of chicken, prepared in different ways, and Ooh, all sorts of good vegetables you could dip in it, and it was just amazing. I wish I
Okay.
remembered. That would make the interview a little bit
Have
more helpful.
have you visited India?
Not yet, but I definitely would like to. Um, I've only had the Indian dishes here in the U.S. prepared by the family of my friend who is from India.
India. Okay, okay.
Uh,
So okay. So there are people who watches. I mean, there are people who are from film industry who subscribe to my channel, who will watch this video. And as an actor, writer, producer, what do you want to say to them, being in United States?
well, I appreciate that you take the time to watch my video, uh, our interview, and I, all of the people who send me encouraging messages. So I have a lot of a lot of people who continue to encourage me, and they give me a lot of words that, whether it be words to inspire or um, those little things that help me keep going, because it's not an easy life. But when people let you know that they enjoy the work that you do, that means the world to me. And
Okay.
so I appreciate their kind words and all the love they and to let all of you know how much that means to me, and that I love you as well. So
Superb, superb. And do you have anything to say to Indians or to anybody who watches this video?
um, as I've received encouragement, likewise, I would like to also offer that encouragement that when you have those dreams and those special things put on your heart, to pursue those things, to go for those different things that you believe are you know are you. So I think I was given a particular gift, and I've tried to use that gift to be a blessing to others. So likewise, when you have that thing on your heart to pursue, whether it be for a career, whether it be a special talent or passion, use that use that gift, that craft, to bless other people. I've been able to use what I do as a platform as well to help other people, and so hopefully, the craft, the gift, thing that makes you special can be a blessing to others as well. So
Awesome, man.
you're blessed. Be a blessing.
Awesome. Great words from a actor, producer, writer from United States. I thank you for giving your valuable time to me and allowing me to ask a few questions and allowing me to show to my audience, to show my people. This is a great thing for me talking with you. I can put this as a memory in my life, in my album. I can tell that I I exchange words with a person who is an actor, writer, singer, who is a multitasker. So, can I put this recorded video on my YouTube channel with your permission?
Absolutely.
Thank you, man. And I want you to go. I want you to do more movies, more films, and more TV shows, more commercials. I want you to reach all over the world. Please,
Thank you.
eh,
Thank you
yeah, I
very
want
much.
you to become more successful in your life and be happy. Keep going.
Thank you very much. And I wish the same for you, Sai. Much happiness and much success. And again, I appreciate the channel you put together and the opportunity to talk with you. And I think it's a wonderful thing to share different experiences and perspectives.
Thank you again. Thank you. See you again. We'll meet again if possible.
I, I look forward to it. Thank you, Sai.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yes. Have
Bye.
a good day then.
Yeah. You too.
All right. Salute.
Yeah.